see the way the world turned, what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I get, you can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts. How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday. It's Sunday. We made it through another weekend. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. The sun has been shining down here in South Texas for the last few days. Beautiful blue skies and all that kind of stuff. Wherever you are, I hope the sky was shining blue in your heart, baby. And you enjoyed your weekend, because tomorrow's Monday, baby, and we got to get back after it again. But I'm so glad you're here. Michael James was the first one to jump in. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Phantom Kimashita, our buddy Janelle out in West Texas. Thank you very much. Dwayne Twizzle's here. Dahlia Barrera, thank you, darling, for being here. Miss Linda. Hey, Mary Ellen. How you doing, darling? Randy Curvin, Rantin' Randy. Always glad to see you here, my friend. Y'all give Rantin' Randy's True Patriot Group a look at over there. Randy uses his voice every day, and we're so proud of him for doing it. Tina Riley is here all the way from down under, baby. I know where you're at. Sharon Hookah is here. Bill Jones out in North Carolina is with us. Dorothy Tyndall. Wait a minute. I got to get my scroll thing going here. Maria Betancourt. Larry Ian is here. Judy is with us. I was trying to find I seen somebody go by. Randy Peterson. Whoop. Pig. You're going to kill me, buddy. Woo pig. Y'all do that all the time down there, too. Up there. Dennis Utenheimer, thank you, buddy. I'm glad to see you in there. Emily Waterford from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Emily, thank you for being here. Dolores Grant, Julia T, Sherry P, Robin Kincaid. Now mosey right on over there into the Discord thing there, Robin, who has a fantastic program on the Head On Radio Network, Horn Radio. You can just horn.net, horn.com, I think. Anyway, I found it. Google Horn Radio Network and the Robin Kincaid Show. You can't find better entertainment than that right there. I'm telling you, give her a ring. Anyway, Julia T, how you doing, darling? Up in Pennsylvania, we appreciate you being here. BW, Gail Mitchell, how you doing, darling? Martha Oliveira, Renee Price. Woo, I'm way behind now. Douglas is here, Purple Moon Dragon, and oh Lord, now I'm going to get caught up. Anyway, it's Sunday. It's Sunday, baby. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Before we get started, I got mail, so let's knock that right out real quick. I got mail, because I love getting her letter. Every so often we get a letter from Mary Ann McLaughlin in Royal Oak, Michigan. No, I don't have to look at the envelope because it's like that thing Johnny Carson used to do. She's embedded in we get a little piece of her life. And this time, this letter covers all the way
well, for one, her boss is a jerk. I'm sure he's not listening right now, but what an asshole. You know, that $600 you got, it's going to ruin the economy. And we're all going downhill. It's going to, anyway. Her 91-year-old father got his first shot at the beginning of the letter. And then later on in the letter, he gets his second shot. And this is just recently within this letter, and she was quite perturbed. I think that he's 91 years old. Really? It took that long to get him the shot? Yeah, I agree. 91 years old. I think he should have been a little higher on the list. I don't know how to. Maybe let's. But I was tickled to death that he got his shots. I get my first one tomorrow. Mom and I are going tomorrow morning. I don't know what shot I'm getting, but whatever they poke me with, I'm just fine. And then I got my copy of Funny Times. This is always from Paulette Hallbeck in Plano, Illinois. I don't have to look at the address there either. This is such a treat for the whole family. Every month I get this, and it is an amazing little read. It goes in the library, and everybody in the family gets a read of it. So, Marianne and Paulette, thank you both very much. Anyway, we got a week coming up. What's going to go on? Well, we don't know. We got to be prepared all the time because we never know what's going to happen around the corner, but things are looking a whole lot better. The thing that we have to worry about, the thing that's on my mind here before we jump into the chat here with everybody, is this I don't know what you want to call it that the Republican Party is creating out there, but it ain't pretty. It's not pretty. They are continuing on with the division, and just the other day, Mitch McConnell, we're talking about the filibuster, and Mitch McConnell's up there talking about a scorched earth policy in the Senate, which is no different than what he did during the Obama years. He blocked everything we tried to do. He blocked Merrick Garland from the Supreme Court. So I don't give a shit. Actually, how much Moscow Mitch over there moans and groans and begs and pleads and all that shit and threatens this country with all sorts of mayhem if he doesn't get his way. Screw him. And I think the Democrats need to march forward and either do away with the damn thing, and at the very least take it back to where you got to stand up there on the floor. And I almost prefer the latter, just because I'd like to see some of these Republicans stand up against the bills that we are trying to pass. Because what we're trying to do is progress this country with things that help the American people. No, they ain't got nothing but big, huge tax cuts for corporations. That's the other people's job. We're more concerned about what's going on down here, getting a shot in your arm, getting cash in your pocket. That's what Joe said. That's what's happening. Mind you, all them little Republicans ought to send that check right to me. I'll sign the back of it and mail it to my post office box there, 260070. Anyway, mail it to me, and I'll make sure it's spent in some kind of patriotic way. Are you shitting me? But what bothers me is this constant thing that we've been hearing lately, and it comes from people like Ron Johnson and Chip Roy. These are Republican lawmakers who stand up there and try to rewrite history. Ron Johnson's out there saying everything about the insurrection was anything but just a bunch of white guys on a picnic is basically what he says it was. And it's disgusting. And Chip Roy up there talking about, well, we just need to get a rope and a tree and then fix everything. Are you shitting me? The crap that they're trying to send and build up, you throw in people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and old gun-toting lady out there in Colorado, Boebert, there's a hashtag going on about her. How dumb is she? Well, there's a whole list of things people are putting out there. But these are Republican lawmakers, and there's a whole list of them, including my Congressman Michael Cloud down here in Texas. There's Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Gomart, all these idiots, Chip Roy. They keep harping on this, that it wasn't really an insurrection and these were just good old boys having fun there. Because that's their friends. They're trying to protect their friends. We can't allow that. But they're not going away, baby. As a matter of fact, they're building up their offense. They are, did you have that there for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For you to read.
Oh.
When you're done.
Okay. Where was I? Squirrel. They're building up a defense. And it's going to, I'm waiting to see if what I read today is going to really build into what I fear it could be. And there's a story today about Donnie Boy. That's right. He ain't going away. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to be tormenting us until we throw his ass in prison, which I hope ain't long. He wants to start his own social media platform, and there are companies jumping at the chance to help him do it. I don't know if it's going to be like Twitter or like Parler or like Facebook, whatever it is. He is going to make his own platform. It's his money machine. How can he keep getting donations if he ain't in the ear of these little minions out here talking about, hey, send me your money because we're saving America, we're going to build America, whatever slogan he comes up with that sounds patriotic for those idiots to believe. But it's with what you see out of these lawmakers' mouth, and you throw in the backing of Fox News, Breitbart, what's some other ones? I wrote it down. You get into Alex Jones and worse yet, Tucker Carlson. They're building that offense. They're on the attack. They're not backing down from this shit. They think it should be a white nation, evidently. That's it. Only white people get a pass on anything. If it was black people there, holy shit, there would have been death all over the place, and they're right. They would have been dead on the steps. They have fear and hate, baby. And like Jared Kushner says, it's not about the issues, it's about the attitude. We have the issues. We're trying to build a better world for everybody in this country, for the people that have been bypassed. That Joe Biden and this administration is working for the people of this country. They're not concerned about big donors or corporate America. Come on, baby, it's time to take care of shit. And Republicans are going to do their damnedest, both socially and legally and legislatively, to put a roadblock up on anything we try to do. And that's disgusting when you stop to think about it, because they don't care what the issue is. As Jared Kushner said, baby, and that's what the Republicans are selling, the attitude. They're not going to get voters by issues. They lose. They lose. Not a single one of them voted for any of the resolutions brought forth. Any the money you got in your pocket, the needle you're getting in your arm, thank you, Joe Biden, baby. Thank you, a Democratic administration. Because they're not a stinking Republican who voted for it, but although they'll get on social media and tell you, well, they were secretly for it. Yeah. They're not here to help anybody. They're here to worship a golden calf or try to grab as much power as they can and threaten any way they can, and we need to call their bluff, baby. I don't give a shit what Mitch McConnell says. He can scream and pound his feet and all that shit. I don't really care. Let him filibuster all day long if he wants to, but let him do it from the Senate floor, not from the comfy chair in his office. Get out there and debate the issue. Don't read me the phone book. It tells me you're just dodging the issue. Get out there and debate the issue. If you're passionate about blocking something, you should have plenty of ammunition to talk about. But again, we have to remind ourselves again, it's not about the issues, it's about the attitude. It's how much anger they can stir up. That's what gets them votes, baby. Anyway, I worry about that. We have to build the wave higher, baby, because our offense is going to try to come done with this. We're not done with this. Anyway, Zaphoid Beetlebrox. Zaphoid Breedbox. Hey there, American brothers. Love to you all. Thank you, John, for this channel. Been watching it these last few years and has helped me retain faith in humanity. Cheers, mate. From New Zealand. Zaphoid, thanks very much, brother. We appreciate those kind words. Always nice to hear from a friend from down under. We have several. And I'm proud of that this has become an international family. Not just, we have blue dots in every state in this country, but we have them around the world. And how your voice travels that far and somebody listens to you, Lord only knows. I don't, but I'm glad it does. So Zaphoid, thank you for being here, and thank you for being a family member, baby. We appreciate it. Anyway,
Before we go any further, I
saw breaking news.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments coming in about buffering, and I see more than half our stream didn't make it out as far as frames are being dropped. Actually, this is an internet issue. I'm hoping we keep it out. And
there you go. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
No wind.
No wind.
No, nothing but sunshine.
Yep. It is what it is. We're gonna try to rock with it. Don't worry, upgrades are coming. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got our money down, so let's hope.
I'm waiting on them satellites to get over
Waiting
our
for them
head.
satellites to get over here. Anyway, alrighty. Now I'll go ahead and bring Discord in.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
If we're having trouble out there, I apologize for it. Yeah, Dwayne Drizzle says it's buffering. Hopefully it will get better. I don't know, baby, but now that's going to be stuck in my head. Bill Jones, how in the hell are you?
Much better, my friend. How you doing? Sorry, I've been missing for a few days, but I'm back to normal here.
Well,
so that's good.
You got your shots, didn't you? I know you got one shot.
Yeah, I came on briefly Monday to let you know I got my second shot, and then Tuesday I felt like shit, but then I'm recovered now, so we're good.
Outstanding. So now you're done with it. You're all vaccinated.
I am done. I just want everybody to get it. And anyway, I'm like I liked your intro there, and like everybody else, I'm a little bit perturbed with our Republicans. There's something else I'd like to talk about, but I'll let you bring everybody in. And
all right.
There's something else. There's something else I'm perturbed about that I think everybody ought to hear. So
well, let's get everybody in here, and then we'll come back and hear what pissed you off.
That'll work.
All right, brother. Thank you, Christi Dunn.
I'm doing wonderful, John. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing well. The sun is shining, so you can't ask for much more.
You're sounding great. You're sounding great, John. And Travis, too.
What did he say?
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, what did I say? That's so wonderful.
No, you're sounding great, Travis.
Well, I appreciate it.
I guarantee if it wasn't for him,
friend.
you wouldn't be hearing me, so I know.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback on what you said in your opening, it was spot on. And it's like, we have to pass H.R. 1 and the John Lewis Act. If we don't, the Democratic Party is in
they're
big,
on the offensive.
trouble.
They are trying to stop everything. They're going to try to stop you from voting. They're going to try to stop legislation from passing the Senate. Whatever they can do, they are going to do. And it has nothing to do with, like I said, the issues. It doesn't have anything to do with whether or not the bill is right. It's a Democratic bill, so no. And that's the way this game is going to be played.
When we pass a bill through reconciliation and not get any votes from Republicans, you watch their asses when they're at all the ribbon cutting ceremonies in their districts, right?
Oh, yeah, when they get in the contracts for some new info. I was all about this, and I was curtailed and not being able to promote it as well. They won't say that part. They'll just come out and say, well, I've always been for this, because they is what they rely on.
Exactly. That's what they always rely on.
They always rely on.
Hypocrisy. Yes.
Yep. Anyway, Chris, thank you for coming in. And out in California, our buddy David. David, how you doing?
Good afternoon, John. John.
Yeah. Hey, David.
I understand you're a Texan.
Well, it's been rumored.
You made
shit. Who told him?
It leaks out. It leaks out.
Have you seen the news about Mike Cloud? You might have heard of Mike Cloud. You might not have, because he doesn't talk very much.
No, he does not
He's
come out of his hole.
Guy.
He is a very quiet guy.
Stay in the background.
Yes. Stay in the background.
You might have heard. This has to be a setup, right? Surely he could not have been one of 12 Republicans to vote against giving Capitol Police a Congressional Medal of Honor for their defense of the Capitol.
You would think
he couldn't have done that, could he?
Patriotic American congressman who recognized the heroic activities of the police officers on that day of the insurrection would be proud to back a bill that would give them the medal. But no, you're right. You're right.
And I'm sure he supports the blue, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Support the blue?
Yeah, he'll hit you over a stick, too. He's the same crowd that attacked.
Hey, you want some good news to balance out Michael Cloud's idiocy?
What?
I can give you a little bit.
Huh.
$685. That's how far we need to go. That's it.
That's all we need for Dominic.
That's all we need.
We are so close.
We are that close.
If anybody's wondering what we're talking about, that's Dominic Pre has a GoFundMe page for a STEM-related educational opportunity that came his way, and we are trying to get him the money to be able to make sure he goes to Berkeley and attends that STEM program. And so if you want to find it, you could go by a bluedotintexas.com, and you'll find a button that says Dominic's GoFundMe page, or you could just go to Dominic Pre GoFundMe, and you can find it. And we're getting close to be able to ship that kid right off. He's a wonderful kid and has a bright future ahead of him. We want to help him as much as we can. David, always appreciate you keeping on top of that. It's a family thing.
You know what? It's a family thing, and Bernadette, through her words and positions so many times, keep me sane through these last 4 years. It's the very least I can do.
Hey, she helps me with my back and
Besides,
my shoulder.
It really does balance out stuff when I read stories about the 12 Republicans voting against that, giving him why? What is the logic between them deciding that they don't want to give these police officers this Medal of Honor? I just don't get it.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Matt
Gaetz. There was a couple other ones.
Matt Gaetz.
Louis Gomart. I can't remember the other ones right off there.
You got some real winners down there.
I mean to tell you, we do. Anyway, David, thank you for being here. Robert out in Oregon, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I still think that the 14th Amendment, Article 3, needs to be used, and they need to charge all 12 of those people with treason, sedition, and throw them out of Congress.
There's more than 12.
Well, I mean, the 12 guys who voted against the cop, those are the same people that were involved in the
people that are absolutely holding on desperately to this thought that Donnie won. Give it up.
You know, and all this distraction. All this distraction on the border in Texas from Judge Pirro and all this bullshit, it's just distraction from the fact that they committed treason. That's what this is.
The story on the border is becoming larger every day. There is, this time of year, a natural influx of migration across the border. I think it's being hyped up pretty high.
It's distraction. Everything is distraction.
Built up to crisis level, and I believe HS is handling it as best they can. They took a whole bunch
the
of people
caravans
up to
are coming again.
Well, you have to worry about the bloodthirsty murderer, rapist, and all them others these are kids.
They weren't screaming when Trump had them in cages, but now they're screaming that Biden's letting them sleep on the floor.
They're going to scream as loud as they can and
this
point.
Is ridiculous.
It's hypocrisy. My governor being the epitome of it. Yep. Anyway, Robert, thank you for being here. Hold on, we'll get to everything. Sparky Dunk, just south of Robert. How you doing out there in California, Spark?
Well, right now I'm trying to help Robin get into the room. He's using an iPad.
Using
anybody got? He can't find the blue dot, whatever you call it, for Discord. I told him to type it in the search bar. And
Sparky, I was gonna say I can send you some links to send to her. So just take a look on your direct messages, and you can just copy and paste the links.
Okay, I knew you had a clue.
Oh, I haven't. I don't know why you were asking me. I was hoping she was going to be on.
Well, I was hoping Travis would chime in because I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah.
So that'll be great.
She'll get here in a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. I told him to use the web page and then to download it, but he had to use it on the iPad.
Yeah. Which
I have no clue about iPads. I'm a PC guy.
I was on the Tim Cormal show earlier today, and by the way, thank you, Tim, for inviting me. I always have a great time on his show. Joe Santorsa had an outstanding clown car. The commentary from Sue in Rockville and Justice Putman were right on mark. It's always, that's what like Rob. It's these voices. Nobody doing this stuff is a big, working from a big studio or own voices you're hearing. These are taped right there at your house, baby. It's the common voice that gets out there that has to keep stretching to include everybody. Because like I was saying the other night, out here in red states, there are a whole lot of blue dots. There's a whole lot more blue than you think. And if it weren't for a lot of states being gerrymandered, they would probably be blue. But, We're trying to pervert those red states as hard as we can, but you know how it is. Yeah. Anyway, Donnie's going to... Oh, Bill, wait. Bill, did you have something on your mind you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, well, there's obviously a lot of subjects people want to talk about, but one thing that perturbed me the other day was the way the media was handling the murder thing down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They had the audacity to argue, well, this wasn't a hate crime against race. And I'm going, excuse me? And then the sheriff comes on, and they got this attorney in there, and they're arguing about whether it is a sex crime, a hate crime, or a crime, or a racist crime, or whatever. And I'm going, why don't you all wake up and smell the goddamn coffee? They act like they're Donald Trump. They defer, they deflect. The bottom line is this. Those people were human beings, and it's flat out goddamn murder. Why don't we call it what it is?
Yeah.
Yep.
The damn media comes on and starts playing bullshit about, well, it's a hate crime. Oh, it's not a hate crime. It's a sex crime. Oh, it's not that. It's a Japanese-American crime. No, it's not. It's fucking murder.
It's murder.
It's murder. 8 people were killed.
And there is no reasoning for it. There is no... you can't...
Yeah, the damn media just drives me nuts. It's like, why don't you just call a spade a spade? It's murder. It's against the law.
You want to stop? How about step up our mental illness programs? Because this kid obviously,
well,
I'm looking at his religion. I'm looking at it from his religious background, which he had a very extensive, heavy-hand religious background.
Right.
There's a big red flag that goes up right there.
Hey, Travis.
Yes.
We just.
Yes.
He says his username on Discord is Robin Kincaid 3514. That's Robin with a Y instead of an I.
Okay. What's the number at the end again?
3514.
Okay. I will try to get a hold of her.
So call that number right now and sign up.
She's listening on the YouTube.
That's how I saw her comment come in there.
My point was, John, is that as Blue Dots, all of us have a right to be pissed and mad. We've been mad for 5 years. There's nothing new.
Oh, this is a daily occurrence.
Just like Robert was saying a minute ago, we got to start manning up and calling a spade against these 12 clowns, and then the other 140 clowns that voted against the bill. We just have to come out and start calling it like it is.
Yep.
And telling the damn truth. And the damn media is playing along with the Republicans, and I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of it.
Well, you didn't hear what the police representative said? The young man just had a bad day.
He had a bad day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. At the end of it,
when I had a bad day,
and this
I almost go out and shoot people, so sure. Right.
It's just...
If you want to look at it in that,
Torch my jaw.
He's white. Can you imagine if he would have been black? That's what I'm saying. If he would have been black, this would be a different conversation going on. There would be different topics going on. But he is a white Christian male, which guess what? Go look at who does all the mass shootings in our country.
He was
White
completely
Christian
mistreated.
males.
He didn't get taken to Burger King for an impossible.
Who goes out and buys a gun same day he shoots
Same
people.
day.
So I'd like to follow up and say, look, what the politicians say is so important because their rhetoric got that kid killed, or got those women killed, basically. And not only that, their rhetoric, their lies, that created the insurrection. Yeah. Our politicians need to be held accountable for what they say.
Because if they're not, they'll do it again. And that's what they're attempting to do now. And if Donnie Boy gets a platform, are you shitting me? Can you imagine that? Giving him another.
How many years have we been arguing that point, though?
Yeah.
Ever since that senator was shot down in Arizona, I'm forgetting her name right now.
Gabby Giffords.
Gabby Giffords. We've been saying, listen, they're putting target on people, and people are starting to shoot. So why are we not holding the people responsible that are putting up that laser sighting on people?
There you go.
Right, their rhetoric. If their rhetoric gets people killed, they should go to prison.
Because they're going to challenge their right to free speech and all that shit. And that's exactly what Chip Roy was talking about when he was in the committee talking about violence against AA PI, the Asian community, and the increase, and that's what they're talking about. And he brings up, well, now we can't get mad at lynchings. But it pissed me off because he made up, Chip Roy, made up that, he said, well, now I don't like the Chinese Communist Party, the Chi-Com. He made that up right then. He's trying to give diversion for Donnie Boy using the China virus. Well, I can just say the Chi-Com, and people are going to get mad at me and attack me for my free speech. Oh, bullshit. We're talking about hate speech here. That's what we're talking about, and they are trying to whitewash it, to blend it into something that it's not. Yeah. That is benign, and it won't hurt anybody. No, it does.
Exactly.
And it's
they're
not a matter of
nationalism is what they're trying to do.
That's why it's important for you and I and everybody else to call them out for the bullshit. We just got to keep calling them out and letting them know what the truth is.
When you see that moment or that headline or whatever, and you think to yourself, "Are you shitting me?" Yeah.
Yep.
Let it get to you.
Time to speak up.
But speak up loudly with your vote. Your voice. Every time we get somebody, Robert Heron has used his voice. Has done several videos. Good job, by the way, buddy. Outstanding job.
Thank you. I think Fox News should be held accountable for willful endangerment of the United States.
Fox spews the most anti-American bullshit you can put on your TV, and I have been saying that ever since I turned on my camera. That is the most anti-American bullshit.
Yeah.
And
they're not a news organization.
No, they're not.
An entertainment
they're
company.
Right now they're a Russian propaganda. Fox News and Russia and Putin's agenda are the same thing right now.
Well, can you believe that they're actually supporting him? Can you believe that?
Yes. They are actively supporting Putin in this thing. Well,
I can't believe it. I'm like, who the hell are these people?
What an American you are, you little...
Right?
I swear. Comrade Hannity.
We've all known that Trump was
Tucker Carlson. Jesus.
You know? And now that he's not Putin's dog anymore, he's mad at the United States. Ooh.
Yeah. Putin's upset because Joe Biden stood up to his ass.
Right.
He's not used to that. He's used to having a president that just licks his boot like Trump did, like the other guy did. Anyway, let me kid just real quick because Christopher Citro donated $5 through Super Chat. Chris, thank you very much. We appreciate that, brother.
Welcome.
Anyway, what were you going to say, Robert?
I'm happy Biden got elected. I mean, look, he never brags about what he does. He doesn't get out there and have an egotistic attitude about everything. Oh, look at what I did.
But things are getting done. How can that
be done? He's not golfing. He hasn't golfed once. Saves us tons of money right there.
Yeah.
And I read Donnie's jet is sitting out there rotting.
Ain't that sad? Done lost an engine in case of a lot of money.
They got one engine off for maintenance.
Yeah, had to take that out, so it's probably been repossessed by the engine, whatever.
I know it's probably sitting. I've been there.
Well, wherever it's sitting, he's paying rent on that spot.
Oh, he's
cracks me up.
Where's it at, Spark?
Donnie the Great.
It's a Stewart.
Donnie the Great
Stewart
businessman.
Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
In Newburgh, New York.
Do you remember him bragging how much he paid for it?
Oh, yeah. I don't
remember. He paid $100 million for it. When you were able to pick one up for about $7 to $8 million, the great businessman.
The great guy, the great deal maker that he is. Well, it's gold plated and all that stuff. Which
he had the interior gold plated afterwards, which they're estimating was $250,000 worth of work.
Yeah,
and how much sorry,
is still going to be laying there after been parked out on the.
It's got a golden shower too.
They all the Trump properties come with a golden shower. Mar-a-Lago, home of golden sunshine, golden showers, and fine Russian hospitality. You can't beat it.
And now COVID-19. They have COVID at Del Mar.
At Mar-a-Lago, they offer at no extra charge. He's not even charging you for that. When you come to his club, you can get COVID there, not even for free. And if you're lucky, well, no, shots aren't available there. I'm sorry.
You can get COVID on your well-done steak with ketchup and your shitty chocolate cake.
No shit.
I mean, that really shouldn't surprise me.
He's going to be a problem. I'm waiting on, pretty soon. It's either going to be Cy Vance out of New York, or it's going to be that prosecutor out of Fulton County, Georgia. We're going to see an indictment pretty soon. We're going to say, as a matter of fact, I'm betting on Cy Vance up in New York just because, what's his name? Cohen, his old lawyer buddy. He's been called back up. Yeah, he's been called back time and time again here recently, and you're not going to get called back. You're a convicted felon.
I love when it happened to Donnie. You compared it to a forcible rectal examination.
Yep. They're and guess what? They found something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they found something.
Donnie's ex-wife is going to flip on him.
They're going to indict. Well, there's going to be a grand jury. Let's be law and order here. There's going to be a grand jury. Michael Cohen said as much in an interview that he was prepared to testify in front of the grand jury. Anyway.
But Donnie's ex-wife is going to testify against Donnie.
They don't have a choice. A lot of these people, what's his name? I can't. He was the head financial guy for Trump Properties Forever, Trump Organization.
She's working with Manhattan
or something like that.
She's working with the Manhattan District Attorney. I read that they're gonna have her testify, or they're gonna use her in some fashion. I'm not really sure what, but
it's not going to take long before we start seeing this unravel, and charges are going to be filed, and they are going to come back with its persecution. Is trying to persecute him. They're going to run the same playbook they did before about we're just trying to it's the Democrats. They can't let go of it. They want to persecute him into the ground. Personally, yeah, I do, because he just tried to destroy my country. So absolutely. I want him charged with every damn crime that we can get out of us. Anyway, I got distracted by the greatness that is in the room, and that is my dear friend, Robin Kincaid. Girl, how are you?
Is this thing on?
It is on, baby.
It's on.
It's on.
Thank you. Thank you so much to Sparky and Travis for the heroic efforts of getting me in here. I'm just tickled to be here.
Not a problem at all. We're glad to have you.
Robin, how are you?
I'm fine as frogs here, John. How about you?
Me too. Doing good today. It was a pretty day, so I tried to enjoy it.
Oh, it's good. It's gorgeous here. We got up around 65 degrees. There wasn't a cloud in the sky all day.
65.
The boy and I went out to the
I'll pray for you.
the boy and I went out to the New River Gorge and sat on a rock 800 feet above the river, and
for those that don't
had
know,
a nice time.
That's where Robin lives, right near the Royal Gorge in West Virginia. Almost
New River Gorge.
New River Gorge. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Oldest mountains in the world and the second oldest river on earth.
West Virginia.
There you go. We all know the song. Every one of us could see the song. We could all sing the song. And it is because it's gorgeous.
And there's not a blessed thing in it about West Virginia. That's the best part.
Ain't nothing in it. Don't break my heart now, Robin. Come on now. I have a picture painted.
The coal miners are mentioned. And there's women, and that's about it. Maybe some moonshine. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Something for the tourists. Keep them.
The Blue Ridge Mountains are in Virginia. We are a separate state.
I was up at around, in the Blue Ridge Mountains around North Carolina, just over there by Knoxville. My family is in Knoxville, so I went over there and did that whole area up, and I thought it was gorgeous. Anywhere I think in the Appalachians would be beautiful.
It can be absolutely gorgeous. And spring sprang.
Except for some of the mountains who have come to a demise.
Yeah, there are over 500 mountains here in Appalachia that are no longer with us.
Yeah.
They've been blown to kingdom come for 6-inch crummy little 6-inch seams of coal that they blast out of the mountain, destroy everything, bury the streams, and put it on a boat to China.
Yeah. China. Send it off to China.
About 1,000 people a year in West Virginia alone die from the poisonous dust that comes off of these explosions. Because one of the little explosions that they set off, a little one, equals about 12 Tomahawk cruise missiles landing at the same time in the same place.
This is everything.
Yep.
Into dust.
And sends these vast clouds of mostly sandstone dust up into the air, and at a molecular level or a microscopic level, they look like little pieces of jagged glass, because that's what they are. And you breathe them, and you don't know you're breathing them, and you can't stop breathing them. and they go in and they tear the hell out of the insides of your lungs and cause birth defects and cancer and kill people, and we're trying to stop it.
And that's one of the reasons that I've always been impressed with Robin ever since I first found her on the air, and I've been a guest over there lots of times, and I enjoy it tremendously. Is his her dedication to the Coal River Mountain Brigade, which is up in an area that he lives in, and they are concerned about mountaintop removal. He's been to Congress several times, I tried doing this because I wanted to have something set up, but I blew it because you told me about a recent bill that's being introduced, and if I'm not mistaken, please say I'm wrong. Please say I'm wrong. I wrote down HR 2073.
Yes, 2073.
I tried to find it.
It is called
Robin.
It was only introduced on Friday, so it may not even be enrolled through the congressional logging system yet. It isn't
yet, I guess, because I tried desperately hard to find it, to be able to be a little bit more knowledgeable about it, but I couldn't find it. But I'm going to keep looking. But I wanted to give you an opportunity, because what we want to do is just like, the fight goes on here. And that's what we always talk about, whether it be in the politics or the issues, and this is an issue. The fight goes on to do the right thing, and so many times, people forget that the most powerful thing are the voices in this country. Anyway, we want people to contact their congressman or congresswoman and get them to back HR 2073 and get this bill co-sponsored in the House and move into law. That's what we want to do. So Robin, please tell them a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. First introduced back on June the 20th of 2012, and that just happens to be West Virginia Day. That's the day we seceded from Virginia and became a state. And it has been introduced in every Congress since by Representative John Yarmouth of Kentucky. He is a tremendous Democrat, and I think he's the only Democratic member of the Kentucky delegation. He's out of Louisville,
right? And
he reintroduced it, and what it would do is it would stop all new mountaintop removal permits until there's a fully funded federal health study to establish whether or not it's safe to do mountaintop removal around human populations. And we know it's not.
We know it's not, yeah.
But and then if that
study,
if that study comes back, if that study comes back and says it's not safe, then this law ends it forever. That means that it needed to never start. Oddly enough, this is mountaintop removal is one of these cases of the road to hell being paved with good intentions, right? Because back in 1978, Congress passed the Surface Mine Control and Reclamation Act, and that is what created it. The surface mining was a horror back then, still is, but it managed to create this method where they use these massive amounts of ammonium nitrate and fuel oil explosives. Anybody that remembers Timothy McVeigh blowing up the Murrah Federal Building
exactly
will be familiar with that, because that's what he used. Same thing is used on mountaintop removal sites. And instead of little strip jobs, these things turned into massive operations. For instance, there's a permit that's in process right now that's 1,700 acres, but they've buried 2,000 miles of streams. That's an old number. They've flattened 500 mountains. There are people in these communities near these operations that are constantly sick and die, and so this bill aims to stop it. While it's and frankly, while I appreciate the folks who have signed on, like the last time the bill was introduced, one of the first people to sign on as a co-sponsor was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
outstanding.
A lot of good progressive Democrats. We even had our first subcommittee hearing last time it was introduced. That would be 2019, I think, and or maybe 18. But the point is, we have an opportunity
it wasn't
now
going
to get it
anywhere in the last administration. It didn't.
No, it wasn't, and it wasn't going anywhere in the Senate. We finally have a chance to pass it out of the House if we can get enough support behind it. If we can get enough people hollering, pass this bill, pass this bill, pass this bill. And the thing is, it only affects mining operations in West Virginia, Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee, because that's the only place that they're doing this right now. Although it turns out that Canada is getting ready to start doing it.
Mountaintop removal.
They're going to blow up mountains out in
let's see how
Alberta.
long Canada is going to put up with that.
They put up. Sadly, they put up with a lot. With the pipelines and whatnot, and of course,
Well, it's that greed of money, and mountaintop removal is one of the cheapest ways to get to the coal. Just blast it all
it is,
up.
and it is purely avarice, John, because it contributes next to nothing to anybody being able to keep their lights on or anything. This is mostly all coal that's used for metallurgy now, and like I said, they put it on a boat and send it to China, and it does next to nothing for anybody except the banks that finance the jobs and the coal companies that rake in the money and then turn around and go bankrupt.
They hang their hat so hard on some things, and it's just like the pipeline coming down from Canada. That's oil sand oil, and it's being piped down to the Gulf Coast down here to put it on a boat and sell it to China. Guess what? These are not projects that are helping us. It's just projects that make people money.
Does absolutely nothing for the United States of America.
No, we're not. That pipeline coming down from Canada, that has nothing to do with our energy source. That's being put on a boat and sold, baby, as is all oil on the market. Highest bidder,
and John,
baby.
you and your neighbors get to reap the horrors of Cancer Alley there along the Gulf.
Mine down here
Robin.
for the
Glad you could make it in.
We have Sparky Duncan here and Chris both came from. I was talking about that, the cross-pollination between the Horn family and the Blue Dot family.
The other day, John, I noticed you were driving by a refinery.
Yeah, I used to work in there.
You said you used to work there?
Yes, sir. I was a pipe fitter in there.
Is it still in operation?
Oh, hell yes. Back then it was Coke Refinery. Now it's under another name. Somebody else bought it, and I can't remember it right now, but it was Coke Refinery. And actually, the house that Marcia lived in with her sister, when I first met her, would physically be in just about the middle of that refinery. So the refinery was big when I worked there, but it got bigger after they bought out all those houses that surrounded it and expanded the plant. And really, we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 petrochemical refineries right on the ship channel, several of them inland. This is a big oil, gas, petroleum area. Most everything associates around the port. Now we're hoping to increase more of the freight and stuff. We're getting a new bridge built, and as soon as it's built, and the older ships will be able to come into the port. But that just means bigger tankers, because that's what's all up and down the port is oil refineries. And that's what.
Hey, John, can I make a quick pitch for Robin's efforts, please?
Hey, please do.
Just real quick. So, if you get your stuff from Amazon, you could sign up for Amazon Smile, and a little piece of your of what you buy, what you purchase, goes to a charity of your choice. And on mine is Coal River Mountain Watch. So you could sign up and you could pick the charity, go to Coal River Mountain Watch, and then you can see how much of your Amazon purchases goes to them.
And it doesn't it doesn't add anything to your price or anything like that. But every once in a while, a little check goes out to Coal River Mountain Watch, and of course, the more people that sign on to that, the better, because that goes toward helping to end this travesty, this nightmare. Yeah. Because you know what? If there was a coal company or any kind of mining company that was trying to, say, blow up the mountain over, Vail, Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah.
Park City. Yeah.
Park City, Utah. There would be an outcry you could hear on the freaking moon.
You know, this is why we have to remind ourselves of who we are. Of who we are Americans. And I am proud to get off on this little, somebody, well, that's just corny, John. Well, hell yes, it is. I'm a proud patriot of this country, and I love my country. And my country is made up of 50 states, hopefully 51, 52 pretty soon. These are our people. And that's why we should be proud right now of what the Biden administration is doing to push everything through, is because it helps the people, everybody in this country. We're tired of getting screwed up. But if we don't stand up for the people of West Virginia and Kentucky, guess what? How can we expect them to get on the board with the things that we want? We have to stand up for everybody. They're going to kick and scream and do whatever they want. They're going to continue to do it. They're going to continue to hate. We can't do anything about it. But we can do something about how we progress this country. So if we stand together, if we stand on issues like Coal River Mountain Watch, like HR 2073, if we demand the right things, good things happen and good things get progressed. So when we combine our voices, it makes more of an impact.
Right, and it's so easy. It's so easy now. Once upon a time, before the internet, you had to sit down and write a letter, back then, long distance charges. Now you send an email to your member of Congress, and you check in a couple of weeks later and said, "I haven't seen your signature yet. Where is it?"
Yeah. Where
There's no reason not to sign on to this.
This is a good bill, and it doesn't take a whole lot to stop removal. Pretty much says it all. Look at there, the mountain grandma used to look out her window is gone, and it's gone for the profit of another, for just a business. It's, the jobs are few. It's mostly automated now. It's a dying industry, and it needs to be replaced with industries that look towards the future and stop this bullshit because of for no other reason, the health issues. You have to wonder how they even got a permit to do this, because it doesn't take rocket science.
That's because the West Virginia Department of Environment, all they have to say is we want us a permit, and the DEP starts bending over backwards.
Yeah, that's what we have to change.
John,
go ahead.
It's Horn Day. We're going to take over if you put Roger from Oregon in the room.
Well,
Roger's here too.
Wait, let me in here, baby. Let me catch up real quick. We want to thank Teresa Diggum, who donated $5 and said, "I rediscovered Seinfeld today, and I recovered my sense of humor. We need to remember to laugh, especially at ourselves." Indeed. Personally, I don't find anybody more laughably entertaining than myself. I can just... Yeah. Catman 56, my buddy Keith up in Minneapolis donated $3 and said, "A little help on the way. Dominic, give Bernadette a big blue dot hug." Thank you, Keith, very much, brother. I
mercy
appreciate
sakes! I tell you what, Bernadette changed everything here.
Oh, ain't she a character? I'm telling you.
I mean, she.
I've seen the guys with little coats out there several times, but they can't catch her.
It does wonders. I'm not.
Oh, the salve, yes, the breeze trees. Oh Lord, yes, that's right. You got a hold of that too. It is in my book. It's a miracle product. Are you kidding me? I'm worried. I protect it like like it's money. Don't use too much. We're getting halfway.
I put it on my neck where the discs are bad.
Right.
And I get almost instantaneous relief.
I use it heavily on my shoulder.
And my partner simply loves it.
Outstanding. I love to hear that. And you know how we all feel about Bernadette here. And she has been a guest over on your show, because she is a very outspoken young woman. So we love to have her voice in here. But who got who? Roger Roger from Oregon is in the room.
He's on mute, though.
You're on mute, Roger. Looking here, we're having a horn in over here.
We are.
We've been horny.
We're trying to.
We've been hornied. To all.
Robin, I know one person who is not going to sign on.
He might not know how to unmute his mic.
Hey, he'll get a hold of it here in just a second, I'm sure.
While we're waiting for Roger, I read something on CBD oil last night that said that CBD oil actually reduces COVID-19 replication in your lungs by 12% of the case studies they studied.
Really?
Yeah, that was really interesting. And I thought, because I know THC kills cancer cells, and when they did the study, they studied THC with CBD on COVID patients, and what they found out was the CBD stopped the COVID from replicating itself in your lungs. So that was a really good study. It said 12% of the case studies were successful. So that seemed like some really good news.
Say anything about vaping?
It didn't say anything about vaping. It specifically went to CBD oil, and that was the only thing that seemed to affect the actual COVID from reproducing itself in your lungs. It stopped the reproduction by, like I said, it said by 12%.
The whole CBD industry has blossomed beyond belief, because the benefits of that plant are just now being fully exploited.
Right.
And the biggest resistance to that has been big pharma. And they don't want you getting all your relief out of something you can grow in your backyard. They want you to come down to the pharmacy and get that shit. They got
and the alcohol industry too.
For whatever ails you, from the depths of your depression to the heights of your erection, they'll give you a pill for whatever the hell it is that you got.
They even got a CBD dip thing for putting in your lip.
There you go. In case you're a dipper,
Yeah,
it's used to chew, and Mama wouldn't kiss you anymore, so you switch them little bags.
The name of the company's from Humboldt, and it's called Canadips.
Canadips. Are you shitting me? And they're non-THC? No, they're completely CBD?
Yeah, CBD.
Give them time.
Roger just said something about his mute. Mike, I don't know if he can unmute or not, but
I'm having problems. Just ignore me for a bit. I cannot seem to unmute, but I found... There you go. He has audio. Roger, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. As soon as you can figure out how to get that mic unmuted, come join us. We'd appreciate it.
It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom of your screen, right next to your name there, buddy.
There you go. Yeah, there should be a microphone there if it's got a line through it. Hit that thing. Anyway. Well, Rob and I am so tickled to death to come over here because I try to get over, like we were saying the other night, we have a conflict in schedules. Usually, because we both do a show every day. So
yeah, it's nice to. I think the term cross-pollination was used Friday night on the front porch.
It was.
Red line through which unable. Just hit the red line button. It'll turn off. Just hit your mute. Hit the mic.
If not,
that was
I recommend a hammer.
There you go. There he's in the room.
Nope. There he went.
Oh, he went back out.
Well, yeah, Discord has a glitch too, so we have plenty. Yeah, all the kinks haven't been worked out of this, so I guess we still get a little glitch through there.
Roger, it takes us a little time to navigate. We all had to try to figure it out. Just hang in there, buddy. You'll get it.
Yeah.
I was completely baffled. This is my first time ever messing with Discord, and it does take a little. It takes a little getting used to because I searched a blue dot in Texas till I was a blue-faced girl in West Virginia. And it just nothing.
Yeah. Nope. Just the blue room.
Just on the bottom of the screen there, Roger, there's 3 symbols. One's got a headset on it, one's got a mic, and one's got settings. And you just hit the mic with the red line through it. It should turn it off, and you should come on the air.
He's in the
right next to your name.
He's in the live room, but his mute button is on.
Right. He can't figure out how to turn it off. He keeps texting me. I'm seeing it, but I'm like,
yeah, I see the text too. That's funny.
Yeah. It's on something on his end that he's got to. He's got to figure out there.
Anyway, I was all the way with you. What you opened up with today, that that guy you were talking about that keeps saying that it wasn't an insurrection, and Ron Johnson.
Ron Johnson. Yeah.
God, that guy is
out of Wisconsin, senator.
He's pathetic. He's pathetic. He needs to be removed from office. Under the law. I mean, these guys need to be put in prison.
They need to be held to account, unfortunately, but they have to be held to account by us. We are the ultimate judge, jury, and executioner of any politician. That's the part that we really have to push. Is we?
There you go.
I'm hoping that right now, Roger from Oregon came into the room. Roger, you with us?
I might be.
You
we
are
can hear
indeed.
you.
You are.
All right. Well, it did you.
Takeover's complete.
Oh, there he went.
Oh, he bounced
In and out so
Crap,
quick.
man.
Well, we had him for a minute.
Hey,
All you
hey,
got to do
John,
is hit.
Yeah.
I just wanted to run something past you because it's kind of an intersection of two different issues. You did open the program talking about that monster in Atlanta, and you and I reached a consensus on Friday evening that we think it's his Southern Baptistness that brought it on, and I've seen no evidence to the contrary. No. But I got to thinking about something because in places like Alabama and Arkansas and South Dakota and Idaho and Utah and Tennessee and where all over, all the Republicans are they're up in a lather about about the potty and who goes to the potty.
Who gets to go?
And I got to thinking, with all the hissies that they're having, and given the fact that this homicidal, good, God-fearing, upstanding, Bible-believing, Christ-centered, evangelical, fundamentalist, homosexual, Southern Baptist Christian.
And that's why I love her so much.
Given that he was before he started the shooting, he was in that facility for an hour.
An hour he spent in there.
Okay. And we've been told very, very little, John, about, and I'm not trying to be gory or overly sensationalist, but we've been told very little about the location of the bodies.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, what if he walked into a ladies' room to shoot one of his victims? Because that would sort of put paid to all of these potty bills, wouldn't it? Because all these Republicans are worried about trans people walking into the wrong bathroom and just going hog wild in there. Well, guess what? Anybody can walk into a restroom and start shooting.
Yeah. All it takes nowadays is a gun and an attitude, and they got it both. There's an abundance of both.
Anybody can have a bad day. Look, I want to follow up on that because, my police science instructor shot his wife 12 times. So don't tell me that people can't have a bad day and lose their cool, even if they're cops, because they do. And to use it that you had a bad day as an excuse is absolute bullshit. That's just,
I agree with, the more I delved into it, the more I see a problem with an overly religious family in a church that is overly demanding of their, and he was a member of this church, was Cider B or whatever the fuck it was, up in wherever it was. Anyway, the very religious church, don't believe in sex before marriage. He's 21 years old. Jeez, this, it ain't like this is his first time, but they demonize it over and over and over again. His family at home demonize it. It's
well, there's I'm not making light, John, but there's an old story out there about the Baptist minister who was having an affair with the church secretary.
Oh my, pray tell, what happened?
And they were what we call here in the hills a romping.
Oh, they were romping.
They were a romping.
Simple.
And I mean, they were doing it all over the house. They
in front of God and everybody.
Kitchen.
Right there.
They did it in the bathroom. They did it in the bedroom. They did it in the hallway. And then she said, "Well, come on over here." And they were in the living room in front of the big picture window. And he said, "No, get down." And she said, "Why?" He said, "So they might think we was dancing."
Don't let him see us dancing. As long as we ain't dancing.
The fact of the matter is, these I grew up in the Southern Baptist Church, and it's not healthy. And for a church that says you can't have sex before marriage, there's a whole lot of babies born about 7 months, 6 months after the wedding.
After the big day. Yeah, math is not brought up into the equation. Once they got a ring on it, I guess it's on a sliding scale. Yeah.
I think Roger. Let's see. Roger says he's got his thing working again. I think. Are you in the room, Roger? There he is.
I hope so.
You are indeed. Let's see if we can keep you here. Roger, how are you doing?
Touch nothing, Roger.
Touch nothing. No buttons.
Don't touch the button.
My hands are folded. I haven't even gone to get a beer.
There you go, buddy. You're in the room.
You are indeed
great.
here. How's everything out in Oregon?
Oh. Well, everything's fine. I managed to cut down all the leftover pepper plants and all the rest of that.
Yeah.
In my raised beds to start planting and put back under plastic to start another crop.
There you go. Kind of keep the food process going.
Where are you at?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you at, Roger? What part of Oregon are you in?
Eugene.
Okay, I'm right over the hill. I'm in Bend.
We're going to be going over there on Thursday.
Look at that. Neighbors. See?
I don't plant anything in Bend until June because everything freezes here up until the first week of June. I swear to God.
Really?
Well, I know that, but the grandbabies are going to go play in the snow, and we have an Airbnb, and I get to play like I'm camping and cook breakfasts and hot biscuits and gravy and do my French toast.
Eugene has way better weather. You guys have a lot better weather over on that side of the mountain.
I know we do. I think our
greener. What is that?
If we get a frost yet this season, it'll be really mild. And over there in Bend area, they're still getting below freezing every night.
Oh yeah, I had snow a couple of days ago. It's all gone now. Today's beautiful. Like it's a beautiful day today. It's I love days like this. But because I've been here for 5 years now, I realize that every time I try to plant my garden, it gets frozen in June. Like the first week, I got to start over.
Start over again. Just minus June though. I think that feels just a little late.
It is. I mean, yeah. So I have to wait till like the second week of June to put my plants outside, especially my ganja plants, so they don't freeze. And I start everything else inside.
Don't be bragging.
Well, I got asparagus up almost 6 inches.
There are some of us who don't live in civilization.
Ain't it sad?
Well, my dad told me always make sure you got the tomatoes planted by April 15th.
Tax day. Make sure you get your tomatoes in before tax day. Here you
go. Well, here in Eugene, it's usually called "Don't put them out till Mother's Day."
That's
every state is
Roger.
Different.
That's the rule. That's the rule here in West Virginia too. No garden till after Mother's Day, with the exception of potatoes, leaf lettuce, and your onion sets.
I'm way behind. I should already have stuff out there growing right now.
I mean, when I was in California, I could plant in January. You know.
Garlic gets planted on the shortest day of the year and harvested on the.
Where else are you going to find out such fine information than right here?
Right.
On the Robin Kincaid Show? You find the same stuff over there, little tidbits of information, and you'll find out along the way. Let me take a moment to catch up here. Johnny Fly, my buddy up in Pennsylvania, donated $10 to Super Chat and said, support H.R. 2073. Keep an eye on the Republicans. They are planning something, trying to suppress voting rights and whatever else they are planning on in secret. Keep informed and vote Democracy rules. Outstanding, Johnny Fly. I'm sorry, I was having trouble spitting it out my mouth. Yes, look it up. Get your congressman, your representative to support H.R. 2073. And because we all have to stand up for everybody in this country if we want them to stand up with us.
HR 1, that one's really important.
The voting rights. Anyway, Diana Mallory, bequeather of the Gong and Secret Squirrel, donated $5 and said, "Happy second day of spring equinox." Indeed. Spring is in the air.
Isn't it wonderful?
I think
I've been waiting for this first day of spring since the first day of autumn.
I bet so. It's a little colder up. Well, we went through a bad freeze, but it'll.
You can check the archives, the Horn archives. I think I started counting down till the first day of spring back in January.
You look forward to this, right?
Oh, I've been.
Well, rock her butt, her butts. She cooks her butts outside.
I can work a butt.
She can work a butt. I'm telling you.
Here we go.
As a matter of fact, her butts look great.
Knows.
Try my sweaty balls.
Smoky and delicious.
Oh boy.
Yes, I've always been impressed. Evidently, I believe there's an investigation going down here in Texas because it seems like Robin came down here, stole the recipe for a good brisket, and is now propagating it up in the hills of West Virginia.
Oh, and I tell you what, I keep a steady order coming of chili beans from Amazon, because there is nothing better in the world. You got that nice big, and I don't know about Texas, but I don't trim my briskets. I like it. I like that fat layer, because that's where all that flavor
the juice is. Yeah,
and I'll put my nitrile gloves on, because there's nothing worse than chili beans with your fingers.
No, you don't want to go pick your nose and rub your eye after doing that. And that'd be a bad thing for you to do.
Or touch something.
Yes. Come out of the bathroom going, damn, what's the matter?
I brine that brisket for at least 24 hours in a whole bunch of spices, and then I pull it out. And the first thing I do after I pat it dry is I take those chili beans with my gloves on and start crushing little chili beans all over that brisket, and just rub it in nice, and get that, and then it goes on the smoker for about 8 hours.
I'm telling
about
you,
about 220 degrees, and you take a good serrated edge knife, and I mean it just falls through it. You can slice it just about as thin as you want, and
I've seen the pictures. She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
This hurts just to talk about it, because I haven't done one in a while.
I feel one coming on though pretty soon.
I do.
The weather's getting better, and pretty soon you're going to be outside cooking again.
Must be dinner time. I'm getting hungry now, boy. Look out.
Everybody,
it's a special day. Today's the 21st, so that big meteor flies by the Earth tonight.
Tonight?
Oh my!
So we're all going to die, huh? We're all going to die tonight.
I don't know if we're going to die. It's something. If you have a telescope, you might want to watch it.
Travis, well, I know Bernadette was talking about she had a telescope. She was going to be up looking. She'll probably be looking at that. You going to take some pictures?
It's supposed to be, kind of in between the moon and the Earth, and pretty far out there. But I've been reading about it, and I know it's supposed to do the flyby tonight. So who knows? If you have a good clear sky and you have a telescope, you might be able to spot it.
So you'll be able to see it in Bend, but probably not in Eugene or where I'm at in Milwaukee, Oregon. Cloudy. Is it cloudy by you, Roger?
Right now, where I'm at, it's not, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be. The weather here has been so back and forth, I can't even tell you, man. One day it's hotter than hell, the next day it's snowing. I mean, I'm like, what's going on here?
Don't like the weather, just wait a minute, it'll change.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm, every time it gets warm, though, I go out and I do a 2-mile walk, because I'm just tired of being stuck in my trailer. So it's, I can't wait for summer to come. I'm ready. And I want to get my shot so I can get back out there. I'm still going to wear my mask after I get my shot. I can't
wait to get my shot tomorrow. I really can.
So,
Travis has been looking all over the place for us, and then we finally got a message and gave us the code word or password to show up tomorrow at Richard Borcher Fairgrounds, not too far from here, out in Robstown, and get in line.
Did they give you a time?
In the car. Yeah, they did. About 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm supposed to be there. So I will be there with bells on. They'll be able to hear.
Well, we get our second round of Pfizer on April Fool's Day.
April 1st, really?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you doing that on Mom and I's anniversary. There. I know you planned
That's
it.
your anniversary.
Indeed, it is April Fool's Day.
True romantics, both of you.
I'm telling you, sister. We put the romance in. Yeah. April Fools. Yeah.
Hey, Robin, you and Agnes should not plan anything for the 2 days afterwards, because my sister.
No,
everyone.
It's a Thursday, and I've already said, Chris, I've already said on air. There's at least a chance that there will not be a Friday on the front porch on April the 2nd.
Yeah, everyone I know has had. You feel real crappy at least for a day, if not two.
I was on the Tim Cormall show today, and they were talking about the same thing. Joe Santos got the shots in, sure enough, felt bad, really bad, but it only lasted a day. And the next day he was back up at it and everything else. But for that day, yeah, he said he felt pretty bad, which I'm willing to accept.
Yeah,
it sure
that
beats
means it's
that
working.
dying part.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's the part I'm worried about.
Even if you don't die, if you suffer for weeks and weeks and it sticks with you for months and months.
Some people are
come on.
long haulers. Yeah.
They can't get rid of it.
But as we've seen here lately in the news, there are going to be some portion of our population that are not going to take it because of
because we have about a third of this country that's dumber than the head and the hog is in the
That's it. That's it.
Look at Rand Paul. Did you see what he did with Fossey? I mean, that guy
Paul
should be.
Somebody should slap him. Where's my?
Absolutely.
I don't have a
slap him. Hit that slap button, will you?
There it is. Hey,
Rand Paul,
hey, Robin.
He's one of the,
we should tell. You know what we should tell Rand Paul?
Can you play the shut the fuck up thing?
Yeah.
I just need you to shut the fuck up, 'cause nobody asked you, bitch. I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I want to get up and dance. I swear, I could dance to that in a heartbeat.
I'm chair dancing.
And at the same time, looking at Rand Paul with that sound that says, "Shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you."
Right.
You know, he's a doctor. For one thing, supposed to be a doctor.
He's not a doctor.
He's not a.
He's a doctor. I'm a physical.
Well,
therapist.
you know the organization of optometrists. They didn't certify him. They wouldn't accept his ass, so he went and started his own association of ophthalmologists. Of course, he's the head guy. And I think his son and his daughter or some shit in his family.
CEO and sole member,
yes.
isn't he?
Yes.
All you need is
and he certifies himself.
Jack.
I'm telling you, you tell me that man is a doctor in any sense of the word, and I'll kiss your ass. I'll give you 20 minutes to draw a crowd. It's ridiculous.
It's people like him that got 500,000 people dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the reason a store manager down here in Texas got stabbed 3 times because there was a mask dispute. You know, we're taking issues that should not be difficult to make, and what was that? And we're making masks. Really, we're still fighting over that shit. Something that is obvious to everybody, but you know, freedom, whatever that means.
Be dumb.
Yeah, be dumb. Be dumb. I'm hearing. Let me get these two before I get these in my ear. Pat Hunter donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "Glad you're finally getting your stab, John." Thank you, Pat. I am too. I'm pretty damn happy about it. And Sarge Tech, our buddy Sarge Tech, donated $2 and said, "First vac shot about March 24th, second April 14th. Pfizer, outstanding. We're starting to see our blue dots getting their vaccinations. I'm just tickled to death. I really am, because I don't know. Somebody did a news show the other day. I think it was CNN. Went to Oklahoma somewhere, and nobody in the restaurant. Ain't getting it. Why? Well, cuz.
Oh, did you see the video out of Miami Beach?
Oh yeah, shooting them with pepper balls. Are you shitting me?
Just a
makes you think we're not a very intelligent species sometimes, huh?
Was that the guy that attacked the National Guard base with a paintball gun? Did you see
Miami Beach was all the spring breakers just out there rubbing all over each other and spraying and spewing virus particles and whatnot.
No, there was a recent story recently about some Trumpster that attacked a National Guard base with a paintball gun. Like he drove through the gate and started shooting them with paintballs.
Oh, that's a good way to end up dead.
Right?
That's a good way to end up dead. Paintballs or not, you're shooting something.
He's screaming, "This is for my country," and he's, you know. And then, of course, they arrest the guy, and then they found all kinds of like real gear in his car, like flak jackets and stun taser shit and whatever.
Well, this stuff down here is you know, a result of political leaders, in this case, DeSantis down in Florida, and here in Texas, it's Greg Abbott, because you know we got Padre Island down here, which is a huge spring break areas, as is Florida is, all along the Gulf Coast. And, you know, our state legislators opened up, baby, let's go. Don't worry about a mask and all that shit. And that's what you get. You don't think there's going to be a spike from this shit?
Oh, you're going to have a big blowback.
Oh, yeah. But again, it's not about the public health. It's more about let's make money.
Especially in the states that refuse to take the shots, because even traveling, they're going to make you show your shot card. If you want to get on a jet, all that stuff, they're going to start making you show that you got vaccinated.
That's what needs to happen. Or a concert venue, right? You want to go to a concert?
They're all
going to
shot
record.
Show us that you're vaccinated.
You want to go to a ball game? You know, in the summertime, you want to go to a ball game? Where's your fucking shot
Some
record?
people, and they'll whine about that.
You don't want to
They're
work.
taking away our freedoms, and that's the things that they gripe that they consider freedoms. They're freedoms to make your life more miserable. That's the freedoms they're talking about. Whether it be I don't want to take no shot. Well, fine. You want to get sick and go spread it to a whole lot of other people. You know that
causes the variance. See, that's what creates the variance. The people that don't get the shots that get sick and spread it around to other people that are getting it, and then you get a variant, and then you got another problem. So
and it's the variance right now that we got to worry about. You know what's happening down in Brazil right now is that's scary. Come on, look around. This is a planet. There's no physical barrier between any country in this world. There's no country under a geodome that is protected from anything. This thing affects the world. Until we recognize that, we're going to continue to have these things. We're going to continue to have mass casualties until this planet learns to get the fleas off of it. Oh no, wait, that would
and also we need to start distributing to poorer countries. They need to get the access to the vaccine.
We need
vaccines.
to do that. We need to be involved in the things. We need to be involved in mountaintop removal in Appalachia.
Good. Biden already said once he gets America vaccinated, he's going to share the vaccines with other nations so they can get it under control.
That needs to happen quickly, or else the mutations and the variants
we should take the moral leadership on that, and that's the moral thing to do. This has no borders. It crosses a border.
He was given vaccine to Mexico.
Yeah.
Watch him start bitching about that.
Oh, they'll scream and howl. It'll be one of the things that Mitch McConnell will try.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, they've already got convinced everybody out there, Republicans trying to scream that every migrant that comes across the border is getting a free check from the government and all this. It's bullshit.
Right.
They just try to
Obama phone, right?
Yeah. Let me thank Curtis Wood. Curtis Wood, who donated $5 and said, I can fix the pipe and that makes the rocket launch, but I cannot comment on how it works. Idiot, Rand Paul. That's it. I can fix the pipe that makes the rocket launch, but I can't comment on how it works. I really don't. Thank you very much, Curtis Wolf. Yeah, Rand Paul, he does. He just needs to be slapped.
Pathetic. He's pathetic. He's just pathetic.
Well, I'm hoping that people like Rand Paul, like Ron Johnson, like Chip Roy or Michael Cloud,
Gomart,
I hope the people in their districts are getting embarrassed enough to stop voting for these shitheads.
Right. I mean, you would think they would go, God, would you just shut up? You're embarrassing our state.
Yes.
You mean Chip Roy from Syphilis Springs, Texas?
That's him. Yeah, he believes let's just get all the rope in Texas and find the big oak tree.
But John, let's see if this works.
What?
Do me a favor and say Rand Paul again.
Rand Paul.
You dick.
Yo, dick, it worked. I love it. Hey, now you got to do me a favor. It's a simple question, Robin. I know you have the answer on the tip of your tongue. You can spit it out like it's nothing. Who is Ted Cruz?
You mean the junior senator from Texas, Rafaelito Eduardo Cruz, the anointed booger-eating future king of America?
That's that guy. I just wanted to hear you say it. I can't say it. I keep trying to stumble. I get a little part out of my mouth. The booger-eating future king of America. That's it. I cannot grace it as much as you do.
And every last bit of that is absolutely true.
With video evidence. With video evidence.
Everything they're saying in Texas right now is all distraction from Ted Cruz and all the people that failed Texas. So now they're all yelling, border, border, border.
My state
just like they did
has become a bullhorn for the Republican Party's bullshit in opposition to anything Biden does. To scream about anything that happens on the Democratic side, to scream about as much as they can that doesn't make any shit and ass difference, but they just want to be heard.
So, John, it just so happens that for some reason or another, I'm on the mailing list for 45 office. I get his stupid press releases.
Are you shitting
I don't know why.
Hey, put in a good word for me. Maybe I can get there.
Yeah, today was
We proudly handed the Biden administration the most secure border in history. All they had to do was keep this smooth-running system on autopilot. Instead, in the span of just a few weeks, the Biden administration has turned a national triumph into a national disaster. They're in way over their heads and taking on water fast, and they're not kidnapping children anymore. No, I added that last part.
You added the last.
Pathetic,
But how long before we start hearing that same rhetoric on the media?
Oh, it'll be an automatic.
Yeah.
But there was a piece of breaking news that came in while we were talking, John.
Huh.
Apparently, an FBI agent gave an interview to 60 Minutes and says that he expects that the evidence is trending toward charging at least some of the insurrectionists with actual sedition.
Outstanding. Which they should. Look it up in the dictionary.
I've been screaming, charge them with treason, apply committed treason, and stop avoiding the laws, because that's what they're doing.
Lawmakers on this list, baby, I believe. There's congressmen that should be investigated.
Oh, if it comes out that Clanny Oakley was giving tours and telling people how to go about finding particular places in the Capitol.
Look at Nancy Pelosi trying to point out exactly where she was.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
Charge them.
Charge them.
The speech and debate clause does not cover treason.
No.
And it also does not cover accessory before the fact to attempted murder. Because I think, John, I think when you get to the point where you build a gallows on the Capitol grounds,
I think intent is pretty much already established.
Yeah, that's
that point
right there.
The United States. They overlooked the fact that the Vice President of the United States, there was attempted murder against that guy in broad daylight. We all watched it. We all watched everything that happened.
And the motivation was to stop the Electoral College vote from being certified in the Senate.
And the Republican Party just doesn't want the stain of treason on them, so they let him go. That's what they did.
That's exactly why you're seeing this whole fight. That's how come Ron Johnson is talking the way he is. That's why Chip Roy is talking the way he is. They're trying to defend. They're making their own defense. These are their buddies. These are the friends of theirs that attacked the Capitol.
And they are nervous too.
Yes, they are. I say what?
Mike Lee.
Mike Lee has a lot to worry about out in Idaho. Or Utah. Utah. I'm sorry, Utah.
And Josh Hawley. How does Josh Hawley avoid this?
I don't think he does. Ted Cruz. I think my congressman's going to be involved eventually with tweeting out shit and making plans, giving tours. My congressman has just taken. You're right. He hides. He ain't been seen for shit. He left his Twitter account.